just got that energy about you.
Thank you. I try. I tell people all the time I have a really big personality, but I'm stuck in an introverted body.
I feel that. I feel, well, I don't have a big personality, but I am stuck in an introverted body.
Okay, I got it. Most of the time, I don't want to talk to nobody, but like my Madea be in the back of my head, you need to go out there and talk to people. You need to be out there doing things. You need to. So I always hear her in the back of my head. So that's when I go and I be like, hey. And but yeah. And it was better because I had my bestie with me. And like I don't have any filter around her.
Oh, wow. I feel that. I feel that. So, I'm so happy that you're here and I get to speak with you and we get to talk about your books and your authors and all that good stuff. All right. So, introduce yourself, tell us what genre you're in, and anything you want us to know before we get started.
I am Shai August. I write paranormal romance mainly. I have been branching out into contemporary. Um, I also am. I have 20 books in the rare and unknown world, and then I also I also publish other authors. So I publish Alexis D. Craig. I publish Lizette Blythe. I publish IMD. I have a few new authors I have just signed. So keep looking out for post and everything to support.
Okay. So we're gonna start out with you, but I also am intrigued of you publishing other authors. So we're gonna get into questions about that as well. So what initially drew you to writing paranormal fiction, and how do you approach blending supernatural elements with sometimes you might have multicultural characters? How do you blend those themes?
Well, what drew me into writing paranormal was I was going through T.S. Joyce's back catalog. If y'all know her, she's a big paranormal romance author. She had these long bear shifter
Hmm.
series, and I absolutely adored them. But um, there were no black characters, or if they were black characters, they were ambiguously black. So
Hmm.
you only knew they were black because she said they were black. And so I started reading out other people, and I couldn't find any with black main characters who weren't just dark skin on a cover. So I said, I'm going to write my own. And then I started brainstorming, like, if I'm going to separate myself, how would I do that? And I said, I'm not just going to write bears and wolves. I'm going to write African animals, which is how I came up with the elephant shifters and the impandulas and all the other mythical African creatures I have in my world.
So your stories feature diverse characters and its rich cultural influences.
Yes.
How do you ensure that
I
they're
am deeply Southern, and I can count my family back 7 generations in the same plot of land in Louisiana. So, yeah.
damn?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna be always I'm Southern, I'm black. I do have Native American ancestry. Um, but it's not a major component of my life. I know what tribe my family's from. I know I have pictures of her right here in the house, so I know who she is. But I'm black. I'm blackity black black. I tell people that all the time. So I'm always going to. I'm pro black woman, and if you're not pro black woman, I can't be about you. That's how I am.
Facts. Facts. How do you ensure that everything is authentic in the representation of the different cultures within your story?
I do a lot of research. One of my jobs used to be research coordinator, so I love research. I love getting lost in the wiki and in the encyclopedias and finding out all these different characters, these mythological creatures. It is part of my fun, and if I'm not having that kind of fun, I'm not writing well.
Well, there you go. Cause your men in your books,
Thank you. Not the slow sip.
mm. Cause when I read that first book, I was like,
Yeah.
oh. Um, do you feel the paranormal romance genre has evolved in regards to representation of Black and POC characters.
Yeah. Because when I first started writing back in 2018 was when The Shifter Bachelor came out. So when I
Mhm.
first started writing in 2017, I could probably name almost all the authors who were writing paranormal at that time, and probably do it in two hands. Now there's 40, 50 of us,
Mhm.
um, maybe more that I don't know because I don't have time to explore them. But
Mm.
yeah, so there's plenty of authors now, and
So,
I'm glad for that.
so what other changes would you like to see in regards to paranormal fiction?
I would like, well, it's institutionally, I would like to see not just more diversity in the animals like I have. I would
Mhm.
also like to see more diversity in the storylines because I'm not. I know a lot of people are going to be mad about this, but I am not a dark romance girly. I want, I want my black women to be loved on and loved on properly. I want a man who is obsessed and wants to treat her like a queen and give her everything she deserves. So
Mhm.
I don't want my girls to struggle. And even when I have to make my girls struggle, I don't like it.
Mm. All I'm asking for is a gargoyle. That's all I'm asking for. It's
You
not.
and Nana Hall. Nana Hall has been one of my readers since day one. I don't know how she found me, but she's always going back and asking about characters from 77 books ago. She's like, is this character ever going to get a story? Is this person ever going to get a man? This gargoyle from book whatever, is he going to
That's
come
all I'm
through?
asking for. It's it's not too much. I'm for real. I'm just asking for a up to date urban gargoyle and up to date fairy face something that doesn't look like he belonged in the Renaissance era. That's all I'm asking for.
I'm gonna work on it for you. I'm gonna work on it for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Are there any specific mythologies, folklore or I don't know, cultural beliefs that um heavily inspire you?
Um, yes and no. I love some of the underlying Greek mythology,
Mhm.
but I love to like combine it with Yoruba. I love
Mhm.
to put some Benin spin on it sometimes. I have a Mama Wati in my books. Uh, she is a man-eating mermaid queen, and like
Girl, you see my face. I'm like,
yes. So I love having African mythology, whether it's Yoruba, whether it's Zulu, in my books.
then,
So
then you gotta give me a Nasi. You gotta
okay,
give me a Nasi. You gotta give me a Nasi. I know a lot of people don't like spiders, but I don't
I,
care because Nasi, nobody writes him right. So
okay, I'll work on it. I also I earlier this year, or was it last year? Last year, 2024. I live in New Orleans, so I took a um uh, history of New Orleans voodoo class.
mm.
So I have all of these ideas sparking about Oshun, Shango.
You speaking my language, cause that is my culture. Like my family practices hoodoo, so I am all up in that. Okay, I am. Please write the book, ma'am.
Yeah. So I have, and I was thinking about making it like an academy series. I know those are kind of played out, but I would love to have a young black girl in a voodoo academy. I'm sorry, voodoo academy in New Orleans. So
Mm,
I'm thinking about doing that as well.
I like that. I like that. How do you incorporate like your ideals with world building? How long does it take you to build the world like that?
Well, you know my world's big.
Yes.
And so the way I try to streamline it is I pick a TV show and revolve my TV show around that, or I
Mhm.
pick one premise. So like I have the Shifter Bachelor books, but I also have the Camp Pounce books, which are my big cat speed dating sleepaway camp books where it's all reverse harems. So that's the trope that I build around there. And then for the aftermarket, it's my bridal fight club marriage of convenience books. So
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just say bridal fight club?
Mm-hmm.
Like Fight Club?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So in the books, a girl is down on her luck, and she needs protection, and she needs the bounds of marriage because in the shifter world, the bounds of marriage are sacrosanct. So she goes to this place called the aftermarket. She places herself up for bid. All the men come through, and they bid money, and then the two with the highest bids get into a steel cage match, and the winner marries the girl and gets all the money.
What in the MMA gone wild? What the Wait a minute. What?
Yeah, nothing MMA gone.
Wow.
You making this hot toddy really funny, girl.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to read those. What the hell?
They're called the aftermarket. There's a volume 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm trying to finish volume 5. Please don't fuss at me because I know one of my readers is in this live right now, and she's always asking where's the aftermarket volume 5. So
What the hell? All right. So paranormal romance, it like has a lot of intense emotional shit going on, and a lot of power dynamic. So how do you balance the elements to create a story that has nuance in the relationships?
I think that's one of the hardest things when you're writing paranormal. I'm actually going to be teaching a world building workshop at Black Writers Weekend
Oh shit.
about how I build world and how I reject some of the people who submit to me because their world building is um it revolves around believability. So like let's take the Fast and Furious franchise real quick.
Good lord.
See, you already know. The first few were believable, right? And then the last few, it feels like you're watching a superhero movie. You don't relate to it. You can't believe it, and none of this stuff is real. Like that stunt where they drove through 2 buildings in Dubai or wherever.
I stopped watching that shit.
I only watch it because I have a son. I only watch it because I have a son. Yeah, but
Well, okay. With your world building, is so you have so many characters that you introduce without even introducing them.
yeah,
If that makes sense.
yeah. I do a lot of, as my girl Phoenix Williams says, side characters, and she says I always make them too interesting, because that's why people are always asking about.
She can't talk. She can't talk because she in the same boat as you.
Well,
Because you, Nikki Clark, Phoenix Williams, I swear for God, damn, y'all take my money now. Yeah.
I will gladly take your money. Thank you very much. I love money. I love people reading my books. Like when I get so upset because my daughter doesn't live with me anymore, and she used to be my alpha reader, and I would give her something, and then I would sit there and watch her face as she read it to see her reactions because I love to see y'all react to my stuff.
Yeah. I was floored when I read the first book. Floored. I was like, well, goddamn, it went from barbecue to fucking. What the hell? What the hell?
I mean, they're fated mates. Let them be, ma'am. Let them be. They know. Let them be. They don't need all the stuff in between. Come on now. No. Come on, you tell me you ain't ever done it on the first date? Okay.
Oh, who, me? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
See, I ain't into now. Yeah. All that waiting shit's for the birds. Do you believe that readers engage more with supernatural elements and and different cultural backgrounds?
Yes.
Why?
Yes. Um, because, well, they love, especially if they've spent a lot. Gosh, touch the mercy lights. They love they love things that feel familiar. So if you make something in your world that feels familiar, like if you have a barbecue restaurant that serves the best barbecue in 17 counties, then yeah, they know a place like that. People
Yeah.
are always asking me where is Pop Smokehouse, and I'm like, it's two places combined, and they're like, well, give me them two places because I need to go to both of them, because it feels it feels familiar, because you know some guy, especially if you're from the country like me, you know some guy who barbecues out of his shack once a week, and it's
Mhm.
tasted, it falls off the bone, and his wife makes the best pound cake you've ever had in your entire life.
Mm.
Um,
And this is
Culturally,
why my back will never get unbed.
why? Yeah, you know some place that's a hole in the wall that serves really good whatever at 2 o'clock in the morning. And if you have a place like that in your book, they know that. They understand it. And that's a cultural connection. You know, they know juke joints, they know all these things. They may
Mhm.
not have a name for it, but they always know a place that they've been and they've been to multiple times. And I
Mhm.
think that's one of the ways that you can bring in that relatability we were talking about earlier, because
Mhm.
you're introducing them to things they know, but also you're giving them an aspect of the unknown as well, because you don't know these animals. You know, you don't know how these animals would behave with a human side. So this is giving them the mystery and the je ne sais quoi of, you know, something different for them.
Okay. So, what's your process for creating um, unique supernatural characters and magic systems that feel fresh? Because you know everything's been done upside the moon, but how do you make it feel fresh and grounded in the cultural relevance that you're trying to keep it in?
I don't create any characters. Every character that I have in my book, especially the animal characters, are all mythological characters. So somebody already created them. They already live in the world. I just bring them into my world and put a little black on them.
Mm, ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody needs
Or
this.
I should say I make them soulful.
Well, you need to tell the UK that too. Um, if you could introduce a new reader to your books, what would you recommend them starting out with and why?
Oh, it just depends on the reader, because some people, you know, they hear the Shifter Bachelor and they think the Bachelor TV show, which is exactly what they're supposed to think. But they're not there for fated mates or plus size elephants who, you know, kick ass and talk a lot of shit. So sometimes I have to tell them, you know, go start with the aftermarket or go start with Camp Pounce. It depends on what you like, you know, because I know some women really want the Camp Pounce experience. They know they might not get it in real life, but they really want to be cherished and babied and loved on by multiple men at the same time.
Isn't that just a dream? Damn.
Yeah, it's hard enough to find one man who loves you to death. It's really hard to find like five. Don't dream, girl. Don't dream it. You can do it.
So, all right. So, paranormal romance and sometimes urban fantasy have dominant been dominated by white protagonists in Eurocentric mythology.
Mhm.
Do you ever feel pressure to conform to these norms when you start writing?
When I first started writing The Shifter Bachelor, I was in a critique group with a bunch of associate English professors at a local community college.
Mm.
Um, and they all wanted me to traditionally submit my book. And because they pressured me at like 87 meetings, I said, okay, fine. And I submitted it. The first
Mm.
person who replied to me was an agent who said, I love this book. I want to represent you, but I think we should turn the characters white. And I was like, okay. That's when I really leaned into self publishing.
Jesus, why everybody gotta be white? Black people got magic?
I was like, why would I want a white elephant?
Jesus. What in the fuck?
Yeah.
Damn. Sometimes I feel like, even though I started out paranormal with white authors like J.R. Ward and Lorelai and Anita Blake series and all that stuff, I feel like there is a certain type of white critique, white characters that has been so mainstream that we didn't notice that they were dry or flat because that was all we had. And so we just thoroughly enjoyed those books because we didn't see it with us. And now reading Black paranormal and Black fantasy, it's like, why did I like this?
And I'm not going to say that it wasn't an enjoyable read, because it was an enjoyable read for you.
Yeah.
What it was missing was the resonance that you felt in your soul. Because, like, well, okay, I'm gonna tell you something. I was in Vermont for work, and I'm Southern. I told y'all that. So I did the head nod at a guy, right, and he did not back at me. So I felt unsafe in Vermont. And the next Black person I ran into, I was like, "What is going on here? Am I safe?" Because I nodded at a guy and he didn't nod back, and and I mean, it was a Black man. I mean, like, my shirt black, and I'm like, why ain't you? Yeah, because you know what the head nod mean. The head nod means I see you, you see me. These white people start fucking up, we come get each other and we get the fuck up out of here. That's what that means. And if that doesn't happen, if you don't get that familiarity, if you don't have that inner knowledge of how we operate, then it doesn't feel authentic. And so that's the same thing with all the other things that are happening in the book. You don't feel that authenticity happening to the Black. And not, I mean, especially to the African American Black experience.
Yeah. I know a lot of people like it's just fiction, but it's great to see representation. You know what I'm saying? I read across the board, white and Black. I just sometimes it's just missed something, and representation just makes it just feel better.
Yeah.
So what does it mean to you to create supernatural characters and worlds centered around Blackness and even with multicultural identities?
I love the fact that I have a world where Black women are appreciated, loved, and cherished. I love the fact that I have a world that's similar to ours, on the base level, but it's Black women aren't wholesale misrepresented. They're not just, they're not a stereotype. They're actual people who do actual things and are appreciated for what they do and how they contribute.
Yeah, I just love y'all. Thank you for writing y'all stories. How has your identity as a Black woman influenced the way you write paranormal creatures and the power dynamic in your stories?
I always say, I write alphas. I write sexy alphas and the men who love them. So I feel like Black women are forces to be reckoned with, and everybody else is just the side dish. I don't feel like there should be anyone who is above a Black woman in my books.
Well, hallelujah. Do you find Black authors writing paranormal fiction face different challenges in the industry compared to their white counterparts, and why?
Yes. Because I have Black people on my covers, or I have Black women on my covers. I do have the sexy man covers, but it's a harder step for white readers when they realize that the Black people on my covers are the main characters, because they can't, and because it's had such familiar undertones of Black society, Black culture, that they can't suspend the Blackness and just have picture it in their head as white people.
Mm.
So that's one of the things, and it's always harder. Like I go, I did an event with you this weekend, and but if I do a white event, I'll have people who walk past my table like they don't see me, like I'm invisible. Because I'm a black author with black books, they just walk on by me, and it's not just me. And I know you see me because I'm a 400-pound black woman. You see me, I know you do, because how can you miss me? And then I got this big boisterous personality, so I know you see me, I know you hear me. You just won't acknowledge me. And it's the same thing with other black authors at events. They tell me, we've had this discussion behind the scene. White people will walk past us like they don't see us at all and go to the next table. I always say, not only will they go to the next table, they'll pretend to buy a speck of dust off this table. Rather, yeah, they will pretend to buy a speck of dust. I've seen it happen. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's dirt. Yeah.
Well, damn. And the crazy part about it, I'm not surprised.
Don't be surprised. Yeah.
I'm not even surprised. So, have you encountered like resistance from publishers, readers, or anybody in the writing space when it comes to you writing paranormal stories featuring black main characters?
No, because I don't have, because I'm the publisher, I don't have anyone on my team who is going to be negative toward us. I don't have anyone, I don't even associate with people who I feel like will be negative to us. If I get a bad vibe on you, I tell people all the time, my vibe meter is finely tuned. And most of my authors are black. My publishing assistant is black. So like I don't play around with, if you're going to come in here, you're not going to bring any negativity. You're not going to bring any biases. You're going to work for me. You're going to take my money. You especially are going to support who I am and what the goals that I'm trying to do.
So in like the horror and fantasy spaces, black characters have often been killed or killed off early. So how do you reclaim space for blackness in the paranormal genre?
I try to spread out. There's the saying, you can be deep or you can be wide and thin. And I try to be both. I try to spread myself out as far as I can. But also and be as deep as I can at the same time. Kind of like a lake. I love killing white people in my books. I'm not even gonna lie. If you've pissed me off in real life, there will be an equivalent of your character getting killed in one of my books. I know other authors do this, so I'm not even ashamed to say that. I got a girl from the 3rd grade. She gonna die a real bad death. It was always that one girl with the ponytail who, yeah, all the time on the front of your desk. Yeah, she's dying.
That's funny. I have a couple of people that you can kill off.
Okay, I take tributes.
So, what are some of the biggest misconceptions about black authors writing paranormal, or just anything in that speculative fiction, paranormal, supernatural genre?
I think a lot of it is people don't understand paranormal, because a lot of the older people don't understand that not all romance books are erotica. Sometimes they hear romance and they automatically go to Zane type books. Sometimes they hear paranormal and they think ghosts and demons and somebody getting fucked by one or the other. So they don't understand that these are characters who have multi aspects to their personality and their body. So those are the things that you have to overcome. And also they get it confused with, if you say urban fantasy, they think street lit or something like that. And, and they're always looking for like bang, bang, shoot 'em up books and with drug dealers. And I don't have any bang, bang, shoot 'em up books with drug dealers. I have witches who throw fireballs, but like, I ain't got no bang bangs for you.
Are there particular supernatural beings because I know you mentioned African, or even in the African diaspora, cultures that inspire your work, and you just haven't written about them yet.
Well, I told you earlier about the voodoo.
Hmm.
I also have I've written elephants, cheetahs, hyenas, foxes. I've written for my patrons. I have a story called "The Rappers and the Librarian." It's a reverse harem, and they're all horned deer-like shifters. Um, I have I have oh American Native American animals. So I have water buffalo. I have buffalo. So I have a lot of animals that y'all haven't seen that I've already written though.
Hmm.
And then each group has to have its own set, which is why I say world building is hard. So like in my world, cheetahs don't get married; they sign marriage contracts for 1, 5, or 10 years or life. In
There's an
other,
option.
I'm sorry, not cheetahs, tigers. Tigers sign marriage contracts. Um, and then each group of an animal is called something different. So a group of cheetahs is called a coalition. A group of tigers is called this. So like you always have to do your research and find out what that animal's name is. I don't do vampires because I don't do the blood. I'm sorry, I don't do body fluids. Ugh. But I do have werewolves.
He said, uh, uh.
You looking for blood play? No, ma'am, not me. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So, black culture is often like deep rooted. Our culture is so deep rooted into the connections of spirituality. I don't care if you're Christian or not. It's some spirituality somewhere, some way, deep woven in that. Do you see the connection of black folklore and paranormal romance you write or from other black authors?
Yes. Because I was raised in a missionary Baptist church, so like call and response is my second nature. So like
Mm. You gotta.
I like you say something, I know to respond. It's just what I do. I don't even know how to turn it off all the way, and I haven't been to church in ages. But like it's something I can't turn off. Saying yes, ma'am, to a person who is older than me, I cannot turn that off, even if I want to. But I do. I have made exceptions. I have stopped turning. I've turned that off for white people. I don't say yes, ma'am, to anybody who's older than me. I don't even say yes, ma'am, to anybody who's younger than me and they're white. Um, so that is something I have been able to deprogram myself with. But there are a lot of things that I would love to be able to um, incorporate into books where people can feel it. There's a game my best friend and I play. She says something and it ends in a word, and I gotta have the song lyrics to match that word, and we'll do that for hours. Now, if you can't scream random song lyrics at me, I can't be your friend. Um, if you don't know Andre 3000's nickname, if you don't know how to say ice cold, I can't do that with you. Come on,
Who don't know that?
peoples.
And
It's interesting. The more you talk to people, the more you're like, oh, like all skin folk and kinfolk is the best
that
way
is
to. So,
that.
the more you talk to people and you're like, oh, this happens, oh, this happened. And if you can't make the associations between how it happens and why it happens and how it matters to me as a black woman, then I do wonder about your ability to think on a higher plane.
Mm. You better come on with that word Meshach and his billy goats. You better come on with it. Just saying.
Billy Goats. Okay.
I'm just saying. So your stories have strong heroines, black
Mhm.
heroines.
Mhm.
How important is it
Well,
for
not
you?
all my harems are all black.
Well, I say multicultural.
I multicultural. I am of the belief that black women get a raw deal because There are always more black girls born than black boys.
Mm-hmm.
And black men have some of the highest death rates through a certain
Mm-hmm.
age than anyone. So if you don't catch a good black guy early, then you're shit out of luck. Why not go out and date who's gonna love you for you? So I don't believe that black love is superior, yes, but also don't limit yourself to only dating black men. That's how I feel about it.
And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So
How
yeah.
important is it for you to showcase black women, multicultural men as central figures as paranormal and in paranormal and fantasy spaces?
I think it's very important. Especially since I have unusual animals in my books. I have book 4 is Samson, we call him the eighth wonder of the world, but he's also a lowland Indominus Rex, which means he's basically King Kong. Um, so like, I you have to want to center blackness, but also make it relevant and helpful and give people hope toward achieving something with those characters as well. Every story is a morality tale in some way, shape, or form. So you have to be able to give them the good tale, not the bad tale. You don't want your characters to be a cautionary tale.
I ain't gonna tell you, but I'm gonna tell you when you said Samson and King Kong in the same breath, my mind went to the gutter. It did. I ain't even gonna hold you. For a minute there, I was stuck, but I'm back. I'm back.
I mean,
Mine
he
out the gutter.
he's a big boy. That's all I'm gonna say. He's a big man.
It just, it just pivoted and just went straight to hell. But then I came back.
You can go there. 'Cause, I mean, we all have. I have a sticker that says that's a pair of gray sweatpants with inspector number 69, and the 69 is made of eggplant. So like I got a dirty mind.
Yeah, well, mine is more like mud, torn, even. So that I'm just saying, I be trying to make it to the gate, but the stairs downstairs just keep following me. I don't.
Man, look, we've already established that I will not be up in the upper room. I'm just auditioning for my period as the social director downstairs. If you need something, I'll be there. I want to be the plug. That's what I want to be.
Right. If you could change one thing about the way the publishing industry handles black paranormal authors, what would it be?
Oh,
Mm?
oh, damn it! I ain't been speechless in a while. Hold on, let me think. Y'all pay me more money.
Give me my
Y'all buy these
money.
books. Y'all buy these books. Because I gotta put my grandbabies through Montessori school.
Jesus, that shit expensive.
But look, my little broke best friend is worth it. I love him. Okay, I'm sorry. Uh, he is my favorite person on earth. Okay, I really wish that more black people would suspend their beliefs about what is in the between the covers before they read. That's what I wish, and that would boost the whole publishing industry because if sometimes you say witches, you say vampires, and automatically I already know who my people are because they're going to be like, yes, let's go over here and do these witches, vampire shifters kind of things. And you say witches, vampires, and other people are going to run from you because you're the devil and you're bringing madness into your life. And that's what I wish for all black authors. People have the ability to suspend their disbelief or their religious upbringing and try to read it before they decide not to read it.
I just want to say, people who run away from it is because they ain't never had no devil dick. And they ain't never had nobody go demon time on their puss. Or they ain't never been ate out from the rooter to the tutor. So that is probably why they scared.
Yeah. I mean, but see, that's another thing, because like I like I said, I grew up missionary Baptist. I grew up very strictly missionary Baptist. Sex outside the bonds of marriage was not allowed. So
Mm.
I have always been a black sheep and running on demon time. And so like I don't mind going out and doing whatever. I mean, but once you have a guy go down on you and use your vagina as an oxygen mask, you are forever happy to try whatever he says or whatever they want to try, because like that is good stuff. But if you're not even willing to try that part, then
Mm.
you know I wish black people would let go of fear.
Yeah, I think it's more so they need to let go of the master speak. They need to let go of the fields. Because they starting to sound like the ones in the White House. I'm just saying. Because if you got a good munch session, I promise you, you'll turn into left eye real quick.
I heard somebody call it the devil's screwdriver the other day, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to use that. Let me write that down, because yes, that is very self-explanatory. I know black women, we don't like the word cock, but devil screwdriver, I'm gonna use that like 27 times.
I almost got sick when you
I
said
know,
that.
I know.
I just, if ever a word could make me nauseous,
Just right there.
like I think that was the hardest thing reading White Paranormal was every five fucking words was, and I was just like, why?
Yeah. I use shaft. I use a bunch of words, but like cock is not.
Mm.
I'm sorry.
That should be a banned word. Why they trying to ban books? Just saying. So, do you think that black paranormal authors are still overlooked in the mainstream publishing? And what needs to happen for more widespread recognition?
Well, it's already happening. Like Kimberly Livings and Jessica
Mhm.
Cage both had breakthrough novels. I accidentally summoned a demon boyfriend, and that time I got drunk and
I
saved
remember
some.
all of those.
Yeah, so it's happening. It's slowly happening. New readers are finding them, and then they're being brought into the paranormal world. It's not happening as fast as we would like, but
Mhm.
it's still happening because I one of my books is on one of the pirate sites, and it has over
Wait,
20,000.
what?
Yeah. Um,
Wait, what'd you just say?
one of my books is on one of the pirating sites where people go and read pirated books, and it has over 20,000 downloads. It's probably more now because I hadn't checked in a couple years. Um, so I know people are reading my stuff. They just don't want to buy it. So they're desperate for the work, but they just don't want to pay for it. That's the issue.
Wow. Wow. You know what? I'm gonna just keep my comments to myself so I don't get banned off this app. Um, have you found black readers approach a black reader that approach your stories differently than non-black readers?
I actually did a reader survey a couple years ago, and I was shocked to discover that 60% of my readers aren't black. They're other people.
Wow. Wow. Really?
Really.
Even though your shit is for the Nick, I mean, your shit is. I mean, you know what I mean. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. I mean, it's great, but it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Wow. Okay. So, how do you balance the escapism of paranormal romance with the realities of black bullshit that goes on and being a black writer in what people would consider a predominantly white industry?
Um, I try my best to bring some of that real world angst and stereotyping into my books. and then find funny or violent ways to deal with it in the books. Things we can't do in real life, but things the characters can do.
Mm.
Um, just to give a bit of karma, even if it's cosmic karma, back to those who perpetuate those stereotypes as well.
Okay. Do you feel that indie publishing gives Black authors more creative freedom, um, especially writing paranormal fiction, or are there still obstacles that you have to overcome?
There's going to be an obstacle to overcome in any aspect of writing and publishing, especially as a Black woman.
Mm.
Um, there's the how do I gain an audience? There's the how do I build my company? There's the I can't go to the bank for financing because I can't do these things yet. Or there's always going to be obstacles. There's I can't pitch my publishing company to these authors because they're going to expect these kind of rewards as well. So it's
Mm.
always going to be something where I'm challenged um, in the completion of things. So yeah.
You let's start talking about your publishing.
Okay.
So you expanded beyond just being an author to also publishing other writers. What inspired you to take that step?
It was an accident.
Now it was an accident. That wasn't the answer I was looking for. I
I
guess.
because I was moving into self-publishing, I was like, I'm gonna treat this like a business, not just like my vocation. So I listened to a lot of business podcasts. I listened to a lot of author podcasts, and after I put out the Shifter Bachelor, someone said, I can't remember who. They said the best way to sell your first book is to put out the second. I was like, oh well, the second book's not ready. Um, but I could write a short story real quick and put it out. And I said, let me get some other authors to put it out. So I published my first anthology, Shifted into Love,
Mm.
with Stella Williams, Phoenix Williams, Alexis D. Craig, and like two or three other authors. I can't think of their names right now. I'm sorry. I am old and it is late at night. But I published that. Shifted in Love, Love Changes Everything. And after that, Alexis approached me and was like, "Hey, I think I want to turn my short story from this anthology into a full length novel." And I said, "Okay, let's do it." And so that's how I started publishing other people. And I didn't lose it. A full story, A Killing Moon, that's what it's called now, A Killing Moon,
Mm.
won 4 awards after we published it. So yeah, the first book I published that wasn't my own became a a 4-time award winner. I was like, oh, I might have a good eye for this. Let me try. Oh, I'm not so bad. Okay.
No, I'm not so bad.
Yes. But I have always been a reader. I spent my whole life trying to read everything that wasn't nailed down or moving too fast. I read everything except I can't even say that because I can't. I don't read memoirs in biography. But yeah, other than that, I'll read almost anything.
How do you decide which authors that you publish or which stories that you like?
Um, I love authors to have a unique voice. Um, and if they're not technically trained as a writer, I don't mind that because that's what I'm here for. That's what my publishing assistant is here for. We're gonna make you a better writer, um, regardless. But you do have to have a unique voice, and you also have to be willing to take critique and criticism. Because if I say, hey, we need to take out these 6 chapters. If you start throwing a fit and cursing at me, I'm not gonna be very happy. I'm a Black mama, and my son is 6'8". I ain't mad. I ain't gonna try to knock you down. I'm gonna just knock you down and sit on you because you ain't gonna talk any kind of way to me. No, 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 not in my house. Not when I pay the bills.
So, as a publisher, do you find it challenging supporting your authors um and other authors while trying to keep the creative flow going for both situations?
Yes. Yeah, I'm always when I'm writing, I feel guilty that I'm not working on the publishing stuff. When I'm working on publishing stuff, I feel guilty that I'm not writing. So it's always a thing. And then I have a day job. I not only have a day job, I have another job as well. So like I stay busy. Um and so when I take time out to do something, I still feel guilty about all the things that I'm not getting done. It is just the way.
You sound just like me.
I'm sorry.
And hearing you say this, and then it's like getting smacked in the face with a mirror. Sound just like me. Shit.
It's one of those things where I know that I can achieve anything because I was raised right. I got a Medina Uncle Bubba. I think I can do anything in this world. Mentally, physically, no. My body's like, girl, I don't know how old you think we are, but we are not our age, and we can't do that.
We are not our age. So, what are the biggest barriers for Black and POC authors when it comes to facing publishing, especially in paranormal romance and the romance genre as a whole?
Marketing is always number one. Getting your
That y'all always go to.
because it's true. It's true. It is such a narrow group of readers in the Black community who read paranormal.
I could see that.
It's if there's a million Black readers, maybe 200,000 of them will read paranormal, and you got to get that title in front of them, and and it's trying to pull from the other 800,000 over here because like they'll read something where old girl has been oppressed and got the HIV from her cheating with old dude and beating the head and mollywopped up and down the block and addicted to the schmack and the white pony and they'll read that all day, or she got shot or she rode a plow or whatever. They'll read that all day, but a girl getting loved on by a man, a Black man or a white man properly with no hesitation or reservations, oh, they don't want to read that.
Oh, damn.
And then one of those characters turns into an animal. Read that. Yeah.
If only that was real. Yeah. I know my husband on here.
Like when a man growls at him in the bedroom, they don't want to read about a man who will actually growl.
I know my husband on here, but you will have to share, my nigga. You'll have to share. If Shifters was real, you'll have to share. Just love you though. But do you think independent publishing is more viable, a viable option in regards to having more diverse voices in rather than traditionally publishing, and why or why not?
Okay, so I joined the Independent Book Publishers Association, and they had a little breakout session for us last year at their conference, and it was just Black and Brown publishers. And one of the things that we discussed, so y'all didn't hear this from me, was that, and I say this all the time, Black women Celtic culture. We determine what is cool, we determine what is not cool, and everyone else emulates us. So because we are publishing independently, they're going to try and copy us. But we have to have a success story first. We have to have multiple success stories before the traditional publishing world will come in and follow what we're doing and start giving fantasy authors and paranormal authors $1 million advances.
That's horrible. That is horrible, horrible. How do you support your authors in marketing and getting their books to readers?
So the thing about the publishing world is we help you. We try to guide you, but we're not your publicist. So I
No.
need not have for them. I am your publisher, not your publicist. You're gonna have to go out and do some work. You're gonna have to market. I will help you. I will assist you. I will point you toward opportunities, but I can't do it for you. Not when I'm doing all of this other stuff in the back end as well.
Mm. What advice do you give a Black or PLC writer looking to break into the paranormal fiction genre?
Have a distinct voice. You submit to publishers, not just the big ones up here, the smaller ones down here, because I might not be able to give you a $50,000 advance. I can give you a small advance, but I can also go half on the royalties. You might not see royalties for 2 or 3 years with a big publisher if you don't sell through. But if you start earning through, you'll start seeing royalties with me every month.
Mm.
So give us a chance. That's all I can say.
You heard what the fuck she said?
Girl, I'm gonna start carrying you around in my pocket like one of the Gross sisters. Run me my money.
You heard what she said. I'm just trying to let y'all know. I'm trying to help y'all out.
Like a Gross sister. You just come with me everywhere I go, okay? Next month we're gonna be at the Crew of Lit here in New Orleans. In April we're gonna be at C2E2 in Chicago. You be ready?
Wait, you gonna be in C2E2?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be there too. I'm dressing as Storm.
I'm sorry.
Of course I'm dressing as Storm, but I'm dressing as Storm.
Oh, of course you are. Because who else would you dress as?
Right. I missed C2E2 last year, and I missed Phoenix Williams, and I was distraught.
Well, she's gonna be there this year.
I know, that's why I'm going to. And now that I know that you're going, yeah, my husband really hates y'all. His pockets be like, what?
And
He hate to see y'all coming.
well, you really want to make him mad? You join my Patreon program, and then
babe, you hear that?
every month you're gonna get a dirty sticker from me in the mail.
Babe, you hear that?
And for the holidays, you get a giant holiday box. If you want, go check out a Big Butt in a Book. She's got the box that came out for a holiday. It's the Camp Pounce box. So she got a Camp Pounce shirt with her name.
Wait. How am I missing this stuff? What is happening? How am I? What the?
All the time.
Got a book box?
All the time I am having merch made. All the time. My friends are sick of me. So my patrons get sick of me. I send out stuff all the time. If you're subscribed at the $25 or $50 level, I send so much shit to your house you get tired of me.
You got a book box. My God, I feel like pulling out my locks. You got a book box? What in the fuck? The way I want a paranormal book box. I love paranormal. Oh man, babe. See what had happened was.
Yeah, and when you first join, you get autographed books. You get a giant tote bag with your name on it, and if you want, I can take your name off, and like mine has the war elephant on it. Don't blink at me. Don't slow blink at me.
Cause I'm sitting here like, wait a minute, fuck these questions. What the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, all my stuff is in the car, but like, yeah, every month I send out something. Yeah. And then for the holidays, I do a big giant box. Like, the first year I did it, they got hand warmers, the rechargeable hand warmers with my best friend, Kel. Her Aunt Rosie used to teach home ec class right there in Tulsa, and she hand knitted fingerless gloves for everybody and headbands. And your face, I can't even look at you right now. Oh, I feel the heat over here, man. Tone it down.
I feel feel like a neglected child
I'm
around us.
sorry.
I just feel you were in Houston, right? Because somebody said it. You were
You
in
was
Houston.
busy. You was busy. Listen, I love you. I love you and Shannon. But listen, I don't care how organized y'all events are gonna be. It's always gonna be chaos at an event. You're not gonna get a chance to see everybody and talk to everybody.
Some bullshit.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's some bullshit.
See these boxes up here? This is what the boxes look like when they come to you.
You know what? I'm finna go back to the damn questions.
You ain't gotta treat me dirty like this, man.
Treat you dirty.
And see, these are the last boxes of see that whole stack right there next to it, the short stack. Those are boxes I gotta build up, and I still got 2 more in the front room I gotta get together. Yeah, and I'm sending out arcs. I put you on my arc list, so don't get mad. I put you on my arc list because
I'll just got one more time.
Lizette Blythe, Olivia Linden, Ayla Cox, Stella Williams, Phoenix Williams, and I can't think of the other people. I'm sorry, my mind's bad right now. We're putting together a anthology, new adult college romance anthology. I already put you on the ARC list. I got your address, so the box will be coming to your house in May sometime.
I appreciate
It's called Love Harriet. It is all new adult college romance. We built a fictional world at Harriet Tubman College for Women, and then there was a lawsuit, and now it's Harriet Tubman University, and men are being integrated. So this is the first year where men are coming to the college.
I'm excited, even though this is not my excited face. I am trying to take in what, ma'am. See, this is why readers be crashing out. This is why we crash out on these here interwebs every day. We be in y'all groups crashing the fuck out. This is why. This.
Are you in my groups? Because I have 2. I have the RNU group, and then I have the Black Women Need Harems 2 group on Facebook.
Nah, because I ain't even.
I'm sorry.
Yep. So the question.
So there's Shai August, rare and unknown Facebook group, and then there is the Black Women Need Harems 2 Facebook group. It's a reading group actually. So every month we pick a reverse harem with a Black woman main character or a POC main character. Then on the last Sunday of the month we get together on Zoom and have a harem recap. So yeah.
Doing this after I finish. So, are there any new or upcoming authors under your publishing that are coming out and you are very excited about that we should know?
I just I did an event in Mississippi in February. Oh, this is still February. Damn. Feels like it was years ago. And I will be signing 2 new authors, both romance authors. One is Netra Antoinette, and the other one is Kelsey Montgomery. And Kelsey Montgomery is a baby. She's like 18. If she wasn't taller than me, I'd pick her up and put her in my lap. And so I'm going to acquire one of their titles, and she's writing a second title. And I am very excited because she wrote a romance novel from the perspective of the man only. Same as Lizette Blythe did for Fall Year of Change. That is from the male perspective.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you see the future of indie publishing for marginalized voices, and how are you positioning yourself as a author, as a publisher, and your authors to be a part of that future?
So subscription boxes are becoming more and more popular. So my next goal is to start a regular subscription box where it's quarterly, where it's me and my new authors and maybe some of my author friends together, and I'm sending out books by me and Phoenix Williams and Nikki Clark, and Indy Jones and incorporate.
Wait, wait a minute. You just named yourself, Nikki Clark, Phoenix Williams, and Indy Jones.
Those are my
What in
girls.
the
Listen, I don't know what you know, but listen, Indy Jones, I have told her if she had a single brother, I would marry her brother so we could be sisters forever. I don't even know if I would like the man, but he would be mine just so I could actually claim her to be my sister. That is my girl.
my God, her Osiris and
If she
fucking
was willing to
Isis.
share, I would marry her husband so that she would be my sister wife. I love Indy Jones down to the ground. She and I are like four flat tires. I got artwork over here that she done sent me. We send each other stuff all the time. Indy Jones is my girl.
It must be nice. and it must be nice, you know.
At the event over the weekend, Nikki Clark, Big Butt and a Book, and Shades and Pages and I shared an Airbnb.
You know, Nikki Clark almost had me jump on her table.
And Nikki Clark has been texting me about the soup recipe all god doggone day.
She was like, "You gonna be late because she need that soup recipe."
And I had to go type it up because I found the soup recipe at least 10 years ago. It was a Martha Stewart recipe. I've been doctoring on it for the last 10 years, so now it's black as fuck. And so I don't use the recipe now. I just go start cooking. I'm gonna put it on my blog. Since I don't have to write it up, I'm gonna put it on my blog just for
You have a
y'all.
blog?
I have a whole website, shaiaugust.com. That's where you can sign up for all this stuff. In the store by August, that's where you can go sign up for the subscription. That's where you can join my sticker club where I send you the sticker every month. That's where you can do everything. Oh my God. You ain't gotta give me grief, lady. No.
Look, y'all, I'm gonna say this. You guys, Nikki Clark, Indy Jones, Tessa Stone, Phoenix Williams, there's so many of y'all that I have been reading lately, and it just gives me such joy to read Black authors writing about Black romance, multicultural romance, and paranormal, because it's so hard to find in a bookstore, you know. And I said this yesterday, that even with mom and pop shops, they have select people they even put in there, and they're more or less traditional.
Yeah.
So it's great to see that, and especially because y'all do Comic Cons, because the blurred in me need that. You know what I'm saying? I need that. Yeah. So I love your series. I love Nikki Clark's writing. Shit, I damn near jumped on the table at motherfucking Tulsa, because I ain't know what to do with myself. I was about to come out here breakdancing for y'all asses because I was fangirling so goddamn hard. I ain't know what to do with myself.
It is quite all right. It is quite all right.
No, it's not. Y'all don't understand. Y'all are celebrities to us.
Man, I am only a celebrity in your mind, because the rest of the world.
And that's all that matters, because I promise you, me, because when I interviewed Phoenix Williams, I damn near had heart palpitations and shit, and was hyperventilating because I was like,
much as I fuss at Phoenix about things now.
But see, y'all are like superstars to us. You know what I'm saying? We really, really love y'all writing, and we really, really love y'all as authors. So, especially when y'all are really in our favorite genres, because paranormal fantasy is my favorite genre, like across the board. Before anything, paranormal and fantasy will always be my favorite genre. So, I mean, I read everything, but paranormal fantasy is my number one. And so it's great to see Black authors doing it. And when y'all have these amazing stories, I just want to tell everybody about it. I don't give a fuck if they don't read it. You gonna hear about it. What you gonna do? Beat me up? The fuck?
You can try. Listen, I have an Uncle Bubba. I know the philosophy. Walk over, limp back.
Like one of the influencers, what's her name? AJ. She was like, Storm, you lift weights. I said, sometimes, yeah. She said, you look strong. I said, yeah. So I'm gonna tell y'all about it and you're gonna listen to it.
Listen. I ain't afraid. I mean, listen. Okay, so I talk about Bubba all the time, but I got 9 other uncles. So like
Worse than me.
Listen.
Go ahead, Kian.
Oh, ma'am. I told you I grew up on a farm in North Louisiana. But ain't nothing to do in North Louisiana after dark. And my grandfather climbed all over my grandmother 7 ways from Sunday. That's why they had 8 kids.
Yeah, that sounds like about my family. Yep. Sounds about right. So, what can we expect from you this year?
Oh.
What books from you particularly?
Okay, books from me. I just started. So Camp Pounce was originally just going to be that one short featuring Sally Ann. But then I did a male Camp Pounce Chester. And then I'm now in the process of Camp Pounce, the Hay Sisters. So there's been Melinda. I'm putting up Adeline soon. Me and Amazon had a fight. And then there will be Lynette and Sky. So hopefully all 4 of those, the Hay Sister books, will be out this year. I have to get back to my main series, the Shifter Bachelor series, with Twice the Bachelors, which is about the demigoddess Angelique. And I have to also try and finish the Aftermarket Volume 5 before somebody actually figure out my real name and show up at my house and demand it.
I'm about 1 second away from doing it. What in the hell? I'm not high, and I can't deal with this pressure of all these books that I need to read.
Okay, so if you want to find out my books, there's on my website, shaiaugust.com, there is a tab called Shai August Reading Order. So all my books are there in reading order for you.
Okay, let me see. This is a nice site.
Thank you. I do it myself.
I like this. Okay, I'm okay. Yeah, you got a lot of stuff.
That's why I get mad at y'all when y'all read a book in a day and it takes me months to write a book.
I mean, wouldn't that be a good thing because we think the book is good, so we couldn't put it down?
No, because it means y'all gonna expect more from me. Duh.
Of course. We are needy whores, okay? We are needy whores. I can admit to that. You know, needy as hell. Yep. Just saying.
If it takes me 5 months to write a 70,000 word book, y'all read it in a day, and I'm like, it took me 5 months to do this. Why are y'all like this?
Look. Hear me out. I might not say, hey, what the next book? I might say, ooh, you working?
Listen, I tell people sometimes, if you see me too much on social media, virtually slap me and tell me to get back to writing. Because if you catch me doom scrolling, be like, shouldn't you be writing?
I will tell you that in a heartbeat.
Okay.
I will tell you that in a heartbeat. Because I don't know why Olivia popped her ass up in here because she the R&B series, even though that may have been the last book, which I don't think it is the last book. Ma'am, what's
we
going
been talking about? Listen, Linda. Listen, you can't punk us into making another book for you. You know what I mean?
She said.
See, you gotta stop representing all of you reader kind.
You didn't know why am I in it?
You can't put all of us into giving you more books in the same series. You gotta stop. We have plans. We have things we gotta do. I'm on your side, Olivia. You can't be trying to just shoehorn us into making something else for you.
Okay.
We got other ideas, and you won't even let us get to these other ideas.
Okay. You're right. I'll wait till tomorrow. I'll
And
come
what if
back.
not tomorrow?
What?
Not
Okay,
tomorrow.
72 hours.
72 hours?
That's all I got in me. I'm sorry. That's all I got.
You are like an impatient toddler.
I am. I am. I am. I am.
Please, please, please.
Okay, I'll wait. I wait patiently. No, not patiently, but I'll wait. I'll wait. But that's a testament to how good y'all write y'all books. You know, if I want that contemporary love, love, love feel, I can read Olivia London book. Linden, why say London? Linden book and feel that, or Morgan Rose. If I wanted some super nasty shit, I could go to Isla, and she definitely the cock be cocking. You know what I'm saying? I can go to that. You know what I'm saying? If I want some nasty and paranormal, I can slide over to Phoenix Williams, Indy Jones, and you got some too.
Shh. I am a good girl. I'm a lie. I couldn't even
You
say it
get
with a
my
straight
face.
face. I couldn't even say it with a straight face.
And then and Solar Black just came in here. If I want that orc dick, she got me. She got and multiple dicks at that. So I'm just saying. I, oh God, I am gonna say it. Anyway,
Okay.
I just want to say I appreciate you so much. You um came to the Boozy Book Tour and you didn't have to. And I love seeing you there. Honestly, I do because um even though a lot of black people may not read paranormal, you got somebody like me who is stuck in it, love it, down. So I appreciate you. I never want you to stop writing. But I do have a question to ask you. I promise it's a legit question. I ain't even finna act I ain't finna act crazy. I promise you. Ain't no crash out. I'm serious. It's a legitimate question. Uh, no, I was gonna ask you, with everything going on with Amazon and everybody's trying to do these boycotts for different companies and things like that, and trying to get the masses riled up in regards to don't shop at Amazon, don't delete Kindle Unlimited, get your subscription, drop your subscription. How does that really affect indie authors and especially Black and PLC authors who actually use Kindle Unlimited and they don't have another site that's going to replace it?
So, okay. That is a multifaceted question that I don't have an answer for.
Mm.
Unfortunately, I would love to pull all my books from Amazon. I mean, but I'm also trapped in the Amazon ecosystem because I have my books there. I'm also a Kindle Unlimited subscriber because I love to read. Um, and then they have Prime Video and they have all the other things. And then I have my subscribe and say, I don't want to have to go to the store. People are there. All my stuff shows up when I want it to. I don't. So yeah, I am of two opinions. Yes, it would be great if we could divest ourselves, from Amazon and go to one place and have everything. But Amazon has the best working system for us right now.
Mhm.
Um, Nikki Clark and I put out a trio of short stories called The Girl. Um, she did one, I did one, and then we co-wrote one together.
Mm.
Um, I tried to get copies printed in time for Tulsa, um, but everywhere was overbooked. And Amazon quoted me one price for printing it. Ingram Sparks quoted me double to print it. So that means I would have to sell it at a higher price just to make my money out of it. And that's going to be the same for anything. You know what I mean? Um, if we Amazon has some of the cheapest printing. Amazon has some of the cheapest setup fees for authors because we have to, like when you purchase a ebook from Amazon from one of us, part of the price is for Amazon to host it on their server and to deliver it to your Kindle or your device. Um, and if you return that book, we have to pay the restocking fee for that stuff. So we lose money on it regardless.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, even if you so that's why we hate people who download, purchase the book, read the whole thing, and then return it because we lose money on that.
Yeah.
Um, so yes, like I said, we would all like to go to one place where it'd be easier for us. But until we have the infrastructure built in where we can upload our work, have it downloaded easily, print it on demand, then we don't have that. There are ways that, as a publisher, I've been looking into doing offshore offset printing. But that's going to be, I have to order books by the hundreds to do that to make it cost effective. And now that we have this current administration, that's my polite way of saying that, there may be tariffs attached to that. So that's going to increase not only the price, the shipping, the taxes, but also the tariff as well.
Mm.
So books will go up either way.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
I feel so bad for you guys because that hot Cheeto of that person in that house that ain't black no more. Um, he is disrupting so much stuff. It's just ridiculous, and I feel bad for y'all because tariffs do affect y'all.
Yes.
Um, and with
Even for like the merchandise that I buy. So I have a friend who does my sublimation work. So like I have rare and unknown coffee mugs. Um, there you go, looking at me dirty again. Do you want to see one? Do you want to see it?
sure.
Hold on. Hold on.
Why I feel like a redheaded stepchild. Y'all see how she do me?
Oh. So like yeah, I have a friend. If I can come up with an idea, she makes it happen for me. Um, and so a lot of stuff, a lot of the stuff that I have to buy, I buy from overseas, and it has to get shipped to me. And then she does her thing.
So how do readers, how do we support you in regards just not just buying your book, but what else can we do as readers to support um indie authors and yourself, your authors? How can we go about um buying your books and not just buying your books, but just helping? Like, how do we
So
help?
the best thing you can do always is to tell somebody else about my book. Tell as many people as you can about our books. Hey, have you read this person? Have you read this person? Um, the sales for Glory by Lizette Blythe have gone up tremendously because somebody posted a picture and said, "This is the finest faceless man I've ever seen in my life."
He is. I say he's Samoan. He's Samoan. Polynesian. And if y'all don't agree, argue with your mammy, not me. That is a Samoan man.
That is a Samoan man. um, so yeah, that was just that one person said this is the finest faceless man I've ever seen. And actually, if when you're in person, if you buy this book, I actually have a sticker of him for you. Um, but yeah, so to support, like I know I'm not the only author with.
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
Did you have the stickers on the table?
Yeah. Ma'am, you got to Nikki Clark, you talked to Nikki Clark, and then you got called away, and you never came back and talked to me. So I was like, she busy. I'm gonna let her be busy. I think the same thing happened in Houston. You got to the table next to mine.
I quit. I'm just gonna be a reader. I quit because this is some bullshit. What?
Okay.
That's some bullshit.
So yeah. I'm always here. So check with the author. Ask them, how can I support you? You can donate a coffee through Ko-fi. You can, I have patron levels that are like $1 a month. So if you want, you can just send me $1 a month. Other authors have Patreon accounts too, or Patreon accounts. Check and see with the author. But first is always telling other people about the books, posting them on social media, telling them that this is a good read, because sometimes that's all it takes. But yeah, whatever way you can support, because like I'm not gonna watch your podcast. I can't tell you, sign up at the highest level and support me. But I can say, do what you have to do to support. And if you can't support monetarily, there's always a way to share books, to talk about them in whatever space you're in.
Understood. So I need to know where we can find your books, where we can find your author books. What is the best way to go about, whether it be the website first, Amazon second, whatever that is, and your Patreon information.
Okay, so all of my stuff is on my website, shaiaugust.com. If you want to sign up to be a patron, it's in the store by August. If you want to join my sticker club, it's in the store by August. The sticker club is $3 a month with $2 processing. So every month you get a sticker from me. Most of the time they're dirty. Like my most popular sticker is I can read smut or be a slut. And I'm a slut who reads smut. Those are
She's trying to make us some honest hoes. I feel that. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, my next sticker is my last sticker was not Pilates. I said pie and lattes. I have one that the January one was just good girl in quotation marks.
Mm-hmm.
Next month is living the whole life.
Babe, I need this sticker.
No, don't act like that. Don't act like that. So yeah, I send y'all dirty stickers every month. I mean, so every author has tried to come up with a way to help support them, because covers are expensive, editing is expensive, typesetting and formatting books are expensive. So just buy me coffee, because these books are really built on double shots of espresso and spicy nacho Doritos. So if you just want to prime me a bag of Doritos, I am happy to accept.
Okay, now I know, because I plan on returning the favor. So even though I didn't get none of.
I'm sorry, that's not my fault.
It was not you. It was these folks, these people in this crib. They did that, motherfuckers.
Yeah, after Storm's controversial interview, I sent her a bag of snacks, and her family ate the snacks.
Motherfuckers.
Did they apologize at least? I'm sorry. Never mind. No.
They ate that shit in my face like it was cool.
Not in your face.
They don't love me for real.
Oh, that's tight. Okay.
But before we get out of here, I'm gonna do a little housekeeping. So my website is up and it's in my bio, and it does have book reviews, because sometimes saying it on here, I can't say everything I want to say. so I could type it out and I could tell you that bitch should have swallowed. So yeah, that type of language is on my blog when I'm doing my book reviews. So FYI, don't look shocked or surprised when you see it, because that ain't even the worst of it. But I'm just, hey.
Hey.
And I also have my YouTube channel where all my interviews, she said, and is, and all my interviews are on my YouTube channel. I appreciate you guys who've been subscribing, and you almost got me at 1,000 followers. I don't pay attention to that shit. I have to be told, because I just like doing this. I like to talk shit. And what else did she tell me I had to do? Oh, my journal. My journal that I made, the Black Girl uh social media planner, a 3-in-1 planner that is your goal setting, a gratitude journal for you to take care of yourself, and your social media planning step by step. So you don't have to stress out about it. Just write that shit down and get to it when you get to it. Upcoming events are Boozy Book Tour. Boozy Book Tour got 4 events left this year. So, we have Raleigh, we have Arlington, we have Orlando, Florida, and we have Chicago. Those are the 4 events. This will be the last year that we will be doing those type of events, because next year it will be only 3 events a year, and they will always be a themed event in 2026. So you'll get Melanin Ball next year in Las Vegas, and you will get the Dungeon Night, which is a BDSM multicultural interracial romance book signing. And yes, there will be instructions on how to be a dom that evening. And then we also have the Tea Party, the Alice in Wonderland Tea Party in Seattle, that will be happening also next year. But this year, tickets are on sale. After tables are available. Sponsorship packages are available if you want to sponsor an event. And all you have to do is go to the Boozy Book Tour page on Facebook, or
sorry.
You find the Boozy Book Tour Facebook page, or go to one of the links. It's there. You know what I'm saying? Or just DM.
Okay. When she said upcoming events, she was talking about me. I was like, dang it, I don't have my webpage up.
Oh, that was next after I finished with this. Yep. And lastly, as far as me, I will be the podcast and host for the Gem Awards. So if you have not got your tickets for the Gem Awards, I will be there interviewing authors there. I will also be doing it in Detroit for that event. And I will let y'all know about all the details. And I will be at the Black Writers Weekend. And I think that's it. Did I get everything, Nicole? Because I can't remember all this shit. Okay. All right. Upcoming events, ma'am.
You can always find my events. I just put up a new page on my website. It's Meet Shai in Person on ShaiAugust.com. But my next event is the Crew of Lit here in New Orleans area, April the 5th. And then April 11th through the 13th, I'll be in Chicago at C2E2. My next confirmed event after that is going to be Black Writers Weekend in Atlanta, July 31st through August the 5th.
I get to see you all year, shit. I'm a bad bitch. I get to see you all year.
And then August 16th, I'll be at Book Me Romance in Fort Smith, Arkansas. I want to go and do Harlem Book Festival. I've applied, but I have not been confirmed yet. After that, I'll be in Chicago again for Printers Row Book Festival. And then September 13th is the Mississippi Book Festival. November 1st is the Louisiana Book Festival. And November 8th is the Texas Book Festival.
You are busy.
Anything pops up in between, I'll put those on as well. Yep.
You are busy.
I'm trying to sell these books, and the only way to sell books is to get out and do it.
You said it. Can you repeat that one more again? I don't think all the authors heard you.
And the only way to do that is to get out and do it. To be like, come out and see me and buy these books, and learn about me and get some bookmarks or some stickers or a tote bag or whatever.
Cause she gonna make you an honest hoe.
I believe in being honest. Honesty is the best policy.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time out to speak with me. I can't wait to speak to your new, what is it? Her name is Lizette
Blight.
Blight. I'm going to fuck that up. But, I'm going to give it my college goddamn try. Shit.
I mean, listen, she is such a character. I'm so sorry you have to interview her, because you think I'm special. She is cray cray in the best way.
I look forward to that. It's refreshing to have something to laugh at instead of other things. But once again, I appreciate you. Please continue to write this good goddamn paranormal. You know what I'm saying? We need those stories. We need our stories told. So I appreciate you and love everything that you do.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for having me at both Bootsy book tour events, even though we didn't get to talk. You ain't gotta look at me like that. It's not my fault. You busy. Wouldn't you rather be booked and busy than not booked and busy?
I don't know. It's kind of on the fence right now because I'm missing out on a lot of shit. Now I gotta stalk your Patreon. I gotta go in this man's wallet and get his card because I ain't using mine. I gotta get his card. I'm just saying.
You're right. I'm just saying. And I need to get all my stuff up on the store too. So I don't have the mugs up. I only have a few of those left. But I got to get those up on the website. See, I have things to do too. And if anybody knows somebody who would like to be my personal assistant or my virtual assistant, I need both. I need one who can come to my house, but you got to have real good vibes. You can't just come up in here and yeah. So I need one who can come to my house in New Orleans, and then I need one who can do stuff online. So you can send your resume to shaiaugustwrites@gmail.com.
Could you send me that information? Because I know a lot of PAs that are looking to be a PA that are readers that read paranormal. I wouldn't send you anybody who does not read paranormal because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. So therefore, I will. I know a lot of people that do read paranormal that would love to be a PA to you because they read your books.
Don't say that.
A lot of people read your books.
I get emotional every time somebody says, I read your books and I love them. I get a little verklempt up in here. And I can't show it, but I'd be like, yeah.
There's a lot of people that read them, at least the ones that I know that are into paranormal, yeah. So, yes. Just send me that information. I'll make sure that I get it to people that, can pass your vibe checks.
Gotta pass the vibe checks, yeah. And everybody I know who hasn't passed my vibe checks is come out later. Like, so one chick I used to work with, I tell this story on Threads one day. She didn't pass my vibe check, and she killed her ex-husband and buried him in a shallow grave. She has her own Snapped episode. Another one. Well, they both have their own Snapped episode. And then another one I met at a friend's birthday party in Houston, and she became the stiletto killer.
I don't know if that's you attracting what?
Mm-mm. It's not me. I'm telling you. When I meet somebody and they don't pass my vibe check, it's like I told you, my vibe meter is strongly tuned. So like I know automatically something wrong with you. I might not be able to pinpoint it, but I'm a know.
That's
And it just takes time for it to come out.
Well, not for the people that don't make it.
I might not believe in a traditional God, but I believe in karma, and that heifer got my back.
I'm just saying, not for the people that didn't make it. The vibe check was off.
Just saying, vibe check.
But I ain't gonna take too much of your time because I got some things I want to do tonight before I hit the sack because I am still tired from this weekend. So, Once again, y'all need to check out her books.
Mm-hmm.
Check out her books.
And get some stickers so you can be an honest hoe.
Don't show them to me, cause then I'm gonna be a raggedy hoe. Okay.
Okay.
A hating hoe, because I'm gonna hate on your ass. Just saying.
Okay.
I'm just putting that out
Okay.
there.
Thank you for having me on. You have a great evening.
You too. Bye,
All right.
y'all.
Bye.